Yeah, we'll check it out. All right, so you're on.
Awesome.
So we're rolling now, Winston. If that's all good for you, we can get into it.
Yeah, go for it.
We can start light or we can start heavy.
No, whatever you want.
All right,
Whatever you want.
All right, let's do it.
What up, guys? I'm Winston from Parkway Drive, and you're watching Blunt Mag.
It kind of feels as though you've waited for the biggest moment in your career to be the most vulnerable.
Yeah.
Talk me through that decision.
I think the biggest moment in the career gave us the choice to be vulnerable, or like if we weren't vulnerable, to implode. Basically, the vulnerabilities come about because of 20 years of band history and the way we have grown as people and communicate and everything that's gone into this band, and then the pressure of everything surrounding creating this last album. It brought it to the point where we're like, something is really wrong. Like, you can't kind of paper over it and just get on with things the way you used to. And yeah, basically the choice was like, keep going, know it's going to implode, which is a really stupid thing to do. And everyone wanted the band to keep going, or like do work which involved being really vulnerable. So like, there's definitely walls up within ourselves, within the band dynamic and the band themselves. And just in general, like, Australian culture does not encourage vulnerability, especially within males. The whole idea of how we got along as a band was like, we're all equally shit. Like, that was it. We just tore each other down and had fun because we knew no one would get a big head because they'd just be torn down. But you can do the opposite, and you can just choose to support each other and build each other up. So it took us 10 years to even acknowledge the fact we kind of knew what we were doing. The Light is the last song. But even then, it's acknowledging the power of the darkness, and that is power in itself, rather than relying on the light. The whole lyrical concept that I wrote the album around was based on the journey of the dark night of the soul, which is about having all light and sense of self stripped from you, and being left in a void and having to journey through the darkness to find who you are. So it's based in the darkness. And coming off an album like Reverence, which was like very much based in trauma and grief as a state of our lives at that point in time, the following years have not been about trying to, like, when you lose something, you don't get it back. And when you're confronted with that reality of what we see as darkness, the unknown and death and stuff like that, and you travel on through life, you only have to confront those things more, and that's what darker still is. Like, life doesn't get lighter. Yeah, no, I'd say it's less of it's a study of darkness, and it's an acceptance of darkness, but it's an acknowledgement of what it actually is. We always think of these things as these terrible, terribly negative, destructive forces. Like, you look at society, and positivity is the thing that is valued. Like, be positive, only think positive things, and positive things will happen. Like, no, man, that's bullshit. One day everything you love is going to die. Like, it really is. And if you're not prepared for that, and if you don't actually look at the world for what it is and value the light as much as you value the dark, value the night the same way you value the day, you're not living. Fury Be My Victory is like the pulling something from the heart of the darkness in the final track is literally what this music has given me. Like, it's the catharsis, it's the physical act of going to a gig, being able to scream, being able to have an outlet for all of those things which society doesn't value. Like, no one's looking at metal music going, I understand the need to vent negative emotion. Like, it's seen as a thing of like, why aren't you happier? Like, yep.
I've never actually been in an eye of a tornado, but from that Simpsons episode I've read, it's like when the sun's out and it's bright for like 2 seconds before.
What a reference!
Before the Bolorama goes.
Before
past.
the Bolorama goes past, and you realise the shit's really going south.
Is that a correct analogy for darkest?
100%, it's the Bolorama flying past. And Homer about to get torn, trying to get back into the basement. It's before Ned Flanders has to rebuild his shitty house.
Yes. Santa's little helper.
Yeah. You tapped into so many things I love about life there.